Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Science Fiction Podcast, episode 2. Today we're talking about the X Files in this podcast. And the X Files was a pretty good series. I'm talking about the series, not the actual movie itself, because the movie did kind of get a B rating off of it. But the X Files series was pretty good. Some of the episodes were not as good as they thought. For the most part, it was like where it lied back in the 90s. It was pretty good. I mean, me and my grandmother watched a couple episodes. I mean, I still like it to this day. There was some episodes that were kind of creepy. Like they had that one episode where they cut off an alien's face, even though they were trying to do the autopsy. Then it was a mask that was barely. Their boss ran out, almost choking, vomiting to death. And I think that was season 5 or season 4, something like that. And it was a very funny moment, but not really, I mean, who wouldn't be scared of having an alien mask on you? And when I saw that scene, it was pretty good. There were some good episodes from it. They had a couple of UFO episodes, like The Ghost of Mars and a couple others. I mean, it was like something they did. It was like something they did, but Dwayne Mulder and Scully, which was the two main characters, they knew where to pinpoint the exact location of what they're going to hit, what they're going to do, but they did it from the heads up. I mean, these are FBI cold cases. Apparently, they work in secrecy, but they're down in the basement working. They're not working together with their colleagues. So it's like, where can you go from there? I mean, it's not unusual to see that. But to where it does lie in the science fiction phenomenon, I mean, it was a good series. I mean, the movie kind of stunk. It destroyed it. But the series, I mean, if you watch the series today, and it's like the X-Files all over again from season 1, they do pretty good. They do pretty good from that era. And it's like you really think that, yeah, the X-Files is pretty good. They did everything. I'm recording this at sunrise. It's probably 6 in the morning already. I mean, I'm not surprised about that. But but no, I love the X-Files for some episodes that really could be doing what they're doing. I mean, it was like layer by layer by layer by layer by layer, and it really kind of fit the book from it. This is not going to be a long episode, so it's going to be a pretty short one, pretty easy one. I'll make longer episodes when I get a chance. But this one might be a little bit longer. I don't know how it's going to work out. But most people didn't like the X-Files for some reason when they did the movie. Now, when they did the comeback, the one that played Scully, I mean, she gained a lot of weight over the years back there, but then she lost the weight. I mean, she was getting close to being diabetic, I heard. To a certain degree, I mean, that was probably a fake photo video of it. It was on YouTube. That she was like 400 something pounds. And it was probably fake. TCM probably got a hold of that. But then she lost the weight, apparently, it looks like, and gained her composure back. Because I don't think the one would have hired her. As for Dave, I mean, he was a pretty good actor in the long run. The last project he did was Midway's Area 51. He plays Ethan Cole, which he did pretty good as the character. And he did pretty good for the role, I liked his acting. I was surprised they chose him for it. But when they did the X-Files back in the 90s, it was pretty good. I mean, it's very awesome when they did it. But it's not too revealing with all the bad stuff that happened. All the UFO phenomenon. All the cover-ups. What is out there? They're asking what is out in the sky, what is out in the field, who's doing the murders, who's doing the killing, what's doing the killing. You know, there's a lot of mysteries from every episode. And I like science fiction like that, where it gives a little bit of investigation through science fiction. And you don't see many series like that anymore, like the X-Files. I mean, it was the golden age of investigation series. Back in the 90s, it was like the golden age of investigation for series. And it's like they use a lot of techniques now on the first 48 with real detectives. And they use a lot of these techniques now that the FBI uses. I mean, a lot of the law enforcement have adopted it. But they've done so much in between there. Now, the problem would be with this one, I mean, there's going to be a longer video in the next couple of days. I need to figure out for this episode. I'm going to make it a little pretty good. Probably a good 12, 13 minutes. But when I look at the X-Files today and watch it, there's not many people that like it. I mean, yeah, this day and age, a lot of people are against it. A lot of people are not liking the series. Because what do you expect from 90s series? You know, it's today's generation that doesn't get the aspect of what the series is. I mean, heck, even my aunt doesn't like the X-Files to know. But my Aunt Rose doesn't like the X-Files to a certain degree. Because of some of the cases were pretty weird. But it was like, they look at that, sorry, bug. But they look at that and it's like, you take a look at the X-Files today and watch it. From a series standpoint, not the movie, but the series. They take a look at that to a certain degree where it's kind of crazy that they do it. I'm not saying the X-Files, it's like a go-to get type of thing or something like that, you know. And I get it. I totally get it. Where the X-Files was a collaboration of a little bit both of internal and external errors in each episode. I mean, there was some type of error to it, but there was no guarantee that this series could hit a lot of things. And they made a movie out of it, which was kind of stupid. I mean, it was kind of odd. I mean, and it's like you think about somebody that does do a lot of the stuff, that does something for the X-Files. I mean, yeah, they did very good with the series. There's not many people left alive anymore from the series. They might have died or retired, you know. But they still talk about it today. I mean, even the people watched it and grew up on it, like I did, they still talk about it today, and it's one of the A-class series that put creepy science fiction, horror, all of it in combined on the map today. Which is pretty interesting. I mean, it's like you gotta think. X-Files took creepiness to another level. Weird, bizarre type of thing. They took it to another level back in the 90s. I mean, that was great, you know. And if we can get a series that can do it again, I would like to see it, you know. And that's one thing I liked about the X-Files. It gave it some type of creepiness to it. Although, where would it lie with the series if it wasn't for the X-Files? There's a lot of series now that do a lot of stuff. But then you see paranormal investigators investigating murders, you know, you see a lot of this today. And they talk about different podcasts. And they talk about it on the news. They talk about mostly everything in between. But you got people now talking about the government. You got people talking about 30-year-old cases, 40-year-old cases in podcasting that talk about 30 or 40 cases that never been solved. You know, apparently they've never been solved, apparently, and everything. And a lot of people talking on crime podcasts today, a lot of the news, but the news gets at the last second, but podcasters are like riveting on saying, how did this murder happen? Why is it happening now? Why did people brought it up after 30, 40 years now? Because new evidence has spawned. And I can see that, and it's like, we use a lot of techniques today that they did in the X-Files, that was pretty interesting. That's what I love about it, is that we use the techniques today in law enforcement from what they did in the series. I mean, yeah, there was a lot that was like science fiction novel stuff, but it kind of worked. I mean, it really did. And you use a lot of these technologies today that they can use. But when it comes to the X-Files, it was like, two things happen in each episode. One, something creepy happens. Two, but there's always something creepy happens in one. But two is how they're going to investigate it, Mulder and Scully. But they got to take it layer by layer by layer and investigate where they could have occurred, where they could have done it, where they could have done this. That was like something, where they could have done, It is a creepy thought, really. And they look at it like there is some aspect to it to where you see a lot of police forces use it today. But the mind of an intelligence officer, but the mind of a cop or an FBI agent, they still use the mind. The mind is the great weapon as the human brain. As for Scully, she always uses her brain because she's part of, because her character kind of taught biology. And that's part of it. She taught biology, and that's how she was. Sorry, I got an itch. I mean, bugs are crawling around here. You have to think. I apologize. But that's what I like about the X-Files. You can't really understand what people like today. They gotta use their brain when you're part of a coroner. And Scully's character is a coroner, which is very unnatural. Mulder, on the other hand, is more bold-headed, but he knows the insides and outs. He tries to get into the criminal mind. Scully figures out, why was this person killed? How was he killed? And there's a lot of the strangest ones out there that it kind of balances it out. And I like the X-Files. I really do. It is a cool series. I mean, that's something that will stick with me to the end of the time, is the X-Files. And I got into the UFO phenomenon because of the X-Files. Now, you might call me crazy that I believe in UFOs, aliens, and all that. But that's what put me on the map, was the X-Files, that was talking about aliens and UFOs, and plus the movie Intruders also kind of made me a believer in UFOs. But it really kind of really differs on how they did it. So, if you guys like the X-Files, let me know in the comments down below. If you don't like it, let me know in the comments. But for episode 2, that's what I'm going to do. I am going to make these videos a little bit shorter than the first 2 episodes. But I'm planning on making longer videos. I need to figure out how long I have to make them. There's a lot of things I'm going to make this podcast into, but it's going to be tricky. It's going to be hard. So if I don't come up with the next episode in the next couple of days or so, the 3rd episode might be a little bit longer. I need to figure this out. So, but until next time, John Vic signing off for the Science Fiction Podcast. If you guys like episode 2, let me know in the comments. So until next time, John Vic signing off. Take care.